Alright y'all, so this is a very by the seat of my pants video, so I apologize, it's probably not edited or put together as beautifully as my other videos, but I did want to give you guys some important information. So, in my last video I mentioned that I was probably starting some things a little bit late outdoors, like Golden Alexander. Golden Alexander needs 60 days of cold moist stratification, and I started those a few days ago near the end of January. And so today, since those might be a little bit late out there in their little seedling cells, I'm also going to do some fridge stratification of the same seeds, well, not those exact seeds, but the same species, Golden Alexander, and some other things that you see here. I'm going to stratify a bunch of things in the fridge so that like 3 months from now, I can plant them outside in soil and they will already have had the full stratification that they needed in the fridge, the cold temperatures, the moisture, all that good stuff. Now, this is like my third video on seed starting, so I highly recommend you watch all of them to get the full context, but I'm kind of an experimenter. I've always been an experimenter ever since I started gardening. And I had a complete failure last year because I was trying a new soil mix for my seed starting, and it wasn't good. It was too woody, basically. I mean, that's the long story short. So this year I'm using softer, very, very fine soil mixes, seed starting mixes, potting mixes, that kind of thing to start my seeds instead. And so I'm kind of going back in a way to what I used to do, in a sense, but I'm also trying that new soil that I've never tried before, Happy Frog. So I'm trying the old stuff I used to do, and I'm trying a new one that I've never done, but they're both different than last year because last year sucked. So and the only thing I did different was the soil. So I'm pretty sure it was the soil. And so what you're seeing in this video is a little case of seeds. Some of these seeds I've collected myself. Some of these seeds I've bought. And I have a mix here of grasses and native flowers. And some of these don't need any stratification, and then some of these do need stratification. Now, with the grasses, if I go on Prairie Moon's website, they'll say that they don't need any pre-treatment. But remember, that's kind of up north, you know, that they're up north in like what, Wisconsin or somewhere up there. And I'm in Tennessee, and so it might not be true to what we need. And when I look at other websites, I see that they need like 10 days of stratification, and then I'll see they need dry stratification. I see all kinds of different things. So I'm trying multiple things, and if you can hear a fan running, that's partially why. So over here, I have my old school system I used to do way back in the day. I have my grow light, and I only have this one grow light, and I have some little pots started, and these are the ones that supposedly don't need any stratification, but again, some of them are the grasses. And I'm just not sure because, you know, different people on the internet say different things. So I'm trying this to see if they truly don't need any stratification, then they should come up in this kind of environment. As long as I keep these moist and run the lights a few hours a day and then turn them off so they get, you know, nighttime and daytime. Then in theory this should work. You know, purple coneflower supposedly doesn't need any stratification, but here's the thing. Some people online will say it does need stratification, some people say it doesn't. So I'm doing some of these like this, and I'm going to do some of them in the fridge. So I'm going to give some of this stuff stratification just to see if it improves germination. Now, we're going to see pretty well with this system what happens, because I'm able to keep a really good eye on these because they're in my studio. This is my art studio, and I just have them in here. And I can bottom water because I have this little clear flimsy tray. That was actually the topper for the other ones, but anyway. The thing is I have to empty this when I water it, and it is a pain in the butt because I have to remove every single one of these. So this isn't the best way to do it. It's better to have a sturdier tray so you can just lift the whole thing out, but I can't really do that with this. I mean, the whole thing is flimsy. So, and I have these heavy ones back here. Those are just almond milk containers that I cleaned out, I washed and dried and put in here. So, and then that's like an orange juice jug, you know. So anyway, none of this has been stratified. This is straight out of the seed packets, straight into moistened soil, pre-moistened soil. So that's important to note too. If you watched my other video, you saw what I did with my other seedlings. I pre-moistened the soil. And again, when they start to get dry, I bottom water. So that's what I've been doing. I had to dump this out. That was the biggest pain in the butt. Everything else about this system is easy because I can just come down here. I come down here to exercise every day on this bike. And so I can easily come down here and check on these same time. So that's great. So some of these I'm going to stratify in the fridge, if not all. And my system, I know it's a mess in here. I've got to clean. I got soil everywhere. It's disgusting. But the system I have going for the fridge is I've told my husband the sad news. He gets upset when I take up room in the fridge. So I've already told him the sad news, and I quickly ran away because I knew he would get upset. But I'm taking up this entire drawer in the fridge. I don't normally take up this much room in the fridge, so that's why I said he's going to be sad. He's graciously given me these coffee filters, which I conveniently asked for before I gave him the bad news. And then I have a ton of Ziploc bags. So what I'm going to do is another experiment, because I just can't, I love science. Even though I don't have any formal training on science past like community college, I love science. I love experimenting. So I did these coffee filters before, and I didn't love it. I didn't love it, but I'm still going to do it again, but with a twist, because I'm going to do like half of these are going to be just coffee filters, and then the other half are going to be soil. So the soil that I'm going to use is this seed starting crap, the seed starting potting mix, and this is the stuff I was trying to move away from because it's Miracle Grow brand, and I was trying to move away from it, and that's why I made that new mix last year, but that mix it didn't work. So I'm trying this again, but I also have the Happy Frog soil, which you saw in the other video. So I'm using Happy Frog, but I'm also using this as kind of like an insurance policy, because I know this works, even though I don't love the brand, but I know this works. So what can you do? So I'm trying both. And this is where, I know this is disgusting, but this is where I mix the soil with water. And this is my little water pitcher. It's old school, probably from the 70s. And I have water in here right now. I pour that soil in here, and then I pour water on it, mix it with my hands. I know I should be wearing gloves, but I just don't. And then I also have this. This is for if I have to top spray any of these, or if I have to top spray any of those. And guess what else it's going to come in handy for? It's going to come in handy for the coffee filters. So I will be spraying the coffee filters, and maybe even my soil bags, you know, that I put this stuff in. I'll probably be spraying that too. So I'm basically just trying everything this year, because that's how my brain works when I fail. I want to, like, really see what the best method is for certain seeds, and it's going to be different for different seeds, right? Like, if they don't need stratification, obviously you don't need to put them in the fridge, but since I get mixed answers online, I'm going to be putting some of these in the fridge just in case, You know, they're just not going to go in the fridge as long. They're going to go in the fridge for like 20 days, maybe. But yeah, that's my setup, and here's my little seed container. This is where I keep my seeds. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't really know if you need to see the process, but I might just show you the aftermath. But when I put soil in these, I'm gonna put the seeds in with the soil and then shake it up, because I saw Michelle do that in her video, one of her older videos. I think from a year ago she did that with the fridge method. She put soil in there, made sure it was moist already, put seeds in it, shook it up, and then put it in the fridge. She also sprayed a mist. That's why I have the little mister. Because here's the thing. Sometimes when I put stuff in the fridge, it gets kind of moldy like this. And then I tried, this was really gross. Let me show you this. Pale Touch Me Not. This got really gross because I was following the instructions online. You can see it says fridge for what, 2 months, and then it says then make it warm, 80 degrees, and then put it in the fridge again, and then put it outside. And that created the perfect environment for this to get extra moldy. So you can see why I get frustrated with the fridge method. Especially if it's something like that that has to have warm as well. It can really mess things up. So I'm trying multiple things, and we're going to see what works best. I feel like I used to be better at this stuff back when I was more new to it, which is ironic for me. So we're going to see how this goes, and I'll give you an update. Here you can see where I mix the soil, and I've been using a shovel and a little rake this time. It keeps my hands a little bit less dirty, a lot less dirty. And I moisten it, and then if water, like if I squeeze it and water runs out, so I do actually put my hand in it a little bit, but if water comes out, it could be a little bit too moist, so just kind of like maybe add more soil, but you don't want it to be dry, so you want it to be moist enough. So this one, it kind of dripped a little bit, but not too much, so I went ahead and with it, and I put it in here in this bag that I have labeled the amount of days, and I have the date. So today's the 31st, putting it in the fridge today, so it needs to come out March 3rd because it needs 30 days. So I just kind of, February doesn't have 30 days, so that's why I added a couple days at the end. And then there are the seeds down in there. You can see those little seeds. So I just now sprinkled those on top of the moist soil. So now I'm going to shake this up, and I might have to shake it up a little bit more off camera, but you get the idea. And then I'm going to probably spritz it one more time with this, and then I'm going to set it in the drawer with the others. These are the ones I used wet paper towel, actually not paper towel, sorry, coffee filters, wet coffee filters. And you squeeze them out so that they're not too wet. And here are the coffee filters. They are the natural brown coffee filters. And again, last year, some of them kind of molded on me, so I don't love using them, but the same thing could happen in the soil. I'm not really sure. So I'm just trying all of these methods, and we'll see what happens. Again, I've put whatever date I need to put on here. So like, if I show you, River Oats needs 60 days, so I can't take it out till March 31st. So what I'm going to do on March 31st is take all the 60-day ones out of the fridge, and then hopefully, if I have time, I will pot them up outside in cleaned or new pots. And I've never done it this way, like with the soil in the baggie in the fridge, so hopefully it won't be too hard to figure that out when the time comes, but we'll find out. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Sorry about the lighting change. It's because I'm on my phone. Alright, here's my little fridge drawer full of my seeds that are going to hopefully stratify. It ranges from 20 days over here to 30 days to 60 days. And then some of them are in soil and some of them are in paper towel, just to see which ones do better and to see if they mold, see which ones mold faster or if they mold at all this time. The soil is seed starting mix. Here's the bag. It's this stuff. Just because that's the success I had success with that in the past. Not with the fridge method, but with seed starting. So once these are ready, they'll be potted up outside and hopefully on their way to growing strong roots. There they are, our little babies. Be stratifying. You all requested it and it's finally here. Reduce Your Lawn shirts are now available in my brand new merch shop. Thanks so much for supporting the wildlife habitat we're creating. To support the channel, like the video, comment, and subscribe. You can also support my work by buying art from me at macylou.com. Thanks for watching!